We are here today with April, and she is a zebrafish researcher here at the University of Notre Dame. Thank you so much for having us into one of your labs.
Okay, no problem. I would love to share with you a little bit about how I got here. I went to Marshall Elementary School. I've been interested in science ever since I was 6 or 7 years old. So I loved science while I was in school. I went to Jackson Middle School, and after Jackson I went to Washington High School. When I graduated from Washington, I went to college in Indiana at a place called Aprell College. I graduated with a biochemistry degree, and I moved back home to South Bend, and I got a job working as a research technician in a zebrafish lab. And after working for a little bit, I decided to go back to school again to get my doctorate degree working in the same zebrafish lab. So I've been in school for about 4.5 years, and I still got some time to go, but I'm almost done. And so, as I said before, I work in the zebrafish lab, and our fish, we have several thousand fish downstairs in the zebrafish facility. I just take a few every day, and what our lab focuses on is night blindness, or not being able to see very well in the dark. And so these fish are night blindness mutants, and what we study, we do behavior tests, like can they swim very well, can they see different things with using darkness or minimal light. And when a fish dies, we look at their eyes, and we make sections on them on a microscope slide here. And we're able to see in detail what happened to their eyes that would make them blind. We're also interested in the brain, and that's what some of my work is focusing on. And actually, I just got this book this week at the library. You still gotta go to the library no matter how long you're in school. And this is specifically about the zebrafish brain. And we study not only night blindness, but why a certain neuron in the brain that releases dopamine is gone in the brain. And dopamine is needed for movement. So if you don't have enough dopamine in your brain, then you could move kind of strangely or have trouble, such as people that have Parkinson's disease. So I want to see if our fish mutant also has a loss of these dopamine cells. And so what I have to do is, here is the zebrafish brain. Okay. This is the front of the brain. This is the back that will extend into the spinal cord. And this right here are the nerves that connect to the eye, because the eyes are connected to the brain. Okay. And so I want to look at the brain right here. If I make tiny sections of the brain, you can do about 400 of them. But I'm only interested in about 100 from here to here. Okay. To look at a certain section, and I'll show you what that section looks like. Here is a book, the zebrafish brain, and if I section at the part I want, I get the slice of the brain to look like this. Ideally, I want my picture to look like the book. And so I'm able to make my sections again, put them on a microscope slide, and look at them through our special microscope here. And here is just one image of the brain that I have. Okay. And this time I had sectioned the brain, and I label it for a specific cell type. These are the dopamine cells.
So really I would want to turn it this way, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's kind of looked like the picture that you were showing me?
Yes, it looks like the picture. These are the cells here highlighted in red. I did a special experiment to make those cells show up. And I just looked to see if our mutant fish are missing any of these cells. This is actually a normal fish here. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully I can get this work done, and next time you come I can give you some more information about that. And for everyone, I just hope that as you work with zebrafish, that maybe you see yourself one day being a zebrafish scientist, possibly here at Notre Dame.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your research with us.
Yeah, no problem. Come back and see me anytime.
So Francis, thank you so much for having my